If you just treat your man like this and treat your woman like that, and it'll work out. If y'all, some people out here crazy as hell. So it's unique situations and circumstances. So I can't go and tell you to go revere your husband and to go revere your wife if you don't know who they are. If you have not awakened, and your awakening has not caused you to shift in alignment with those who are at the vibration where you are. You follow? Because when you recognize the divinity of somebody, when you have a Akashic awakening to whom you are interfacing with, reverence comes easy. Am I correct? Reverence happens automatically. It's not something you have to try to do or fake. Because you are actually aware. You're living in the conscious realization of what is. And that causes you to revere. You see the greatness that it is manifested. You see the remanifestation of the greatness of who we are. So it's easy for you to do that. It's easy for you to revere the greatness that you see. But if you don't see greatness because your third eye is not awakened, then how can you revere it? Us asking you to revere is asking you to do something that is almost like just robotic. It has no real essence to it. So what comes with awakening, based on Black supremacist consciousness and meditation, is reverence. Those things come naturally. And where there's reverence, where there's remembrance, there's understanding. Where there's understanding, there's compassion. All these things happen together. And where these things happen at, you'll find divine relationship. That's what you will call a divine relationship. After all those other things have happened. So even before marriage, Black supremacy consciousness is more than marriage. Because you could be married to anybody. You could be married to a white man, China man, right? But you can only have a Black supremacy consciousness experience with who? And how? With a Black supreme consciousness awakening. So Black supremacy goes beyond marriage. These are things are secular. Because you can end up having in any old type of marriage. A courthouse $50 marriage. A call the police every weekend marriage. You feel me? You can have them. You can have talk to my girlfriends on the phone all night about this nigga marriage. Am I right? So the marriage don't mean a damn thing. Only as it relates to Black supremacy consciousness awakening. So if you get the Black supremacy consciousness awakened, everything that you should do makes sense. And what you should not do does not make sense to your own perception. Not based on somebody else's standards, but based on how your mind has woke up. So marriage becomes secular. People talk about polygamy, and I have to go into that. And I say that I'm not a polygamist. That is a political group, a religious group. You are Hebrew, African traditionalism, right? Hebrew, Mormons, right? Muslims, some Hindus. All of us can come together and say, well, okay, we're polygamists. That is like being a vegetarian or a vegan. I'm a vegan, I'm a polygamist, I'm a raw foodist. You feel me? It's all in those same type categories. I'm a Black supremacist. And in your awakening, Black supremacy could dictate what you will be based on being situated in the Black supreme consciousness. For some, that will be, I will need to be married. This is what will arrive for them in that state of true awakening that I need to, I see my soulmate. I see entities that I am unified with. I see entities that I have a natural affinity to be in togetherness with. This can arise. But also it can arise to be celibate. This can arise in Black supremacy meditation. That is meant for me to be celibate. and take the path of celibacy. This can arise for individuals. Many things can arise in Black Supreme Consciousness. But what arises, the question is, has it arisen out of Black Supreme Consciousness? Or is it a byproduct of interfacing with these very mortal social infrastructures? Do you follow what I'm saying? These social constructs. Is it arising out of that? Or has our Black Supreme meditation awakened us to having this particular spiritual journey and walking this particular spiritual path? That's the real question. Whatever the path is. Some things can rise out of Black Supreme Consciousness that will not make sense to the Christian, Muslim, Hindu, average Joes. You feel me? It won't make sense to them because of the framework and consciousness that they're operating with. And it doesn't have to make sense to them. That it has arisen out of your Black supremacist, sincere, authentic, and genuine meditation is what justifies the acts. Do you follow? That's a fact. So Black supremacy is not a political strategy. It is a supreme state of mind that gives birth to the most supremest actions in divine order. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Everybody's action on the planet is not going to be the same. That's why religion fails. Religious thinking fails. Everybody is not going to do the same thing at the same time and live the same way and have all the same actions, and the whole world is going to be this big cult where everybody does the same thing. Never going to happen. We can kill that. But the Christians postulate this, that this is possible. It's possible for everybody to worship Jesus in this way and go sit out and have a picnic on Sunday. You feel me? With the church. Everybody's not going to do that. Everybody's not going to be a Muslim and pray 5 times a day, every day, all throughout the world. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. The Buddhists, the Nichiren Daishonin, everybody's not going to chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo all at the same time, every day, forever. Everybody in the world is not going to meditate all at the same time. These things are not going to happen. This is religious thinking. So Black supremacy does not have that type of cult-like, fatalistic, conclusive type thinking. It understands things. That's how they can manifest in divine order. In succession to what must occur in order to manifest Black supremacy back on this planet. It understands actions with that type of unique relevance in those type of details, with that type of particularity. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Other religions and groups don't do that. They're thoughtless. Everybody should do this. Even if you don't have 2 legs, you still should be running for Jesus. Do you hear me? You don't got no hands, but you still pray like this. It doesn't have the flexibility. It is overzealous thinking. It's illogical. It's illogical. Black supremacy is more logical from a Black supreme state of mind. It is what could be expressed as sound right reasoning. It's the ability to be able to reason out and understand things of how they relate to the bigger picture of the divine unfoldment of Black supremacy. So, the Black supremacy meditation is important. This is clearing us from these social groups that says, okay, in order for us to change the condition of our people, and for us to be the Black families and the community that we're supposed to be, we're all supposed to be doing this. Black supremacy does not fit into the categories of those groups. Not at all. It's nowhere even similar. Everybody should be doing this in order for we to be. No. Black supremacy is a meditation that will make the individual arise to the level of supreme understanding of what is occurring and how to respond. You understand what I'm saying? In the most divinest way, in the most natural and harmonious way, in order to produce the highest result of Black supremacy. Ain't that deep? So We say religion and meditation, but after I give you meditation, I don't have to give you religion anymore. I don't have to. Once you get meditation, right action comes. Once you have the right meditation, whether it's contemplative meditation or situating your mind on something, right action comes. You think about red, you see nothing but red cars. You think that all they make is red cars. If you meditate on red, right? If you meditate on black supremacy, what do you start seeing? If that really becomes the focus, you see how to have a relationship. You see the value of relationships. What's the value of them? You see the value of everything. And you have an openness to everything that is occurring and how it relates to black supremacy from the perspective of looking at it with a black supreme mind. That's why I said it is a consciousness transformation. Because you can think you're doing something, but if you ain't transformed your consciousness, you're doing what has already have been done from a white supremacist level of thought. You have not done anything. Your consciousness must be transformed and purified. You must get to what I would call the seat of your soul, where the soul becomes your identity reference, not these political situations that we have moved through, being a product of society. Since I went to this school, I'm with this group, and I went to this fraternity, I'm with this fraternity, and I'm from this hood, I'm from the hood, and I'm with these are all social political constructs that we have just moved through. But then there's a soul, an animal soul, an instinctual self that is a complete replica of the ancient beings that existed on this planet 400,000 years ago. You feel me? That's inside of you. And you can learn to identify with that and perceive reality from that perspective. And that's where your power lies at. Because from that vantage point, we were ruling. These Europeans were beneath us from that point. We were the complete epitome of civilization. We're the highest entities on this planet from that vantage point. From these social constructs that this white man has established and set up and manifested himself as, because he is the matrix, he ain't just in the matrix. The white man is the matrix. These social constructs that he has manifested himself as, that's what we start to identify ourselves with. So if I live on this block, I'm this gang. We the 75th boys. We the 39th boys. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not getting to our cellular self. But you don't have a 55th Street squirrel. You don't have a 75th Street bird, do you? They're in tune with who they are outside of these social constructs that have been artificially created. Now, there's not a white supremacy matrix. White supremacy is the matrix. Because it is an illusion. It is an illusion. That's why it is the matrix. It's not a reality. White supremacy is not a reality. Black supremacy is a reality. White supremacy is an overlay, an artificial overlay and construct over the reality that you must buy into to act within the limits of its existence. You got to buy into it and then act that out and play that role. Otherwise, it does not even exist. Nature does not respect it. It's one step on its way out the door. It's one actor on his way out. It's like you go down to the post office and then one person having a bad day is not the post office anymore.